I'm Gerald McPhail, your pastorpreneur, and you're here for a wonderful episode of Entrepreneurs of Faith Spotlight with my girl, with my sister, Keisha.
How are you doing?
Glad you're here.
Glad to be here. How you doing?
Thank you. Fantastic. Look, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background?
Okay, my name is Keisha Murdock. I have been doing hair for almost 35 years. I'm an educator for Wella. I've been an educator for Wella for about 27 years next month. And I have a family. I'm married, been married for 26 years. And I have 2 boys, and I have a stepdaughter, and I'm a grandmother too. And so I'm also a full-time stylist behind a chair as well. And I also am the owner and the CEO of Right Choice Hair Collections, which is a hair care line. And as well as I have a new product line that I named after my mom when she passed. It's called Sassy Hair Collections. So it's a product line. It's for natural hair only. And the reason why I did it for natural hair only is because a lot of natural hair products that's out here now is not based for our hair, and it's not, so it doesn't have a lot of oils, a lot of buildup on the hair. So that's why I launched after my mom.
Fantastic. Now, I know you're this mogul here, but I want to start back. Where are you actually from?
I'm actually from Newark, New Jersey.
Okay. Now, so tell me a little bit about like where you have maybe moved. Is it Newark here to Atlanta, or have you been different places? Or?
Yes, I have. Actually, I'm a military brat. So when I was 12 years old, I stayed away from a lot of trouble because my mom was a single mom. She never had my dad in my life. So I left Jersey when I was 12, and I went with my brother. So he was in the Army, so I traveled with him until I was 18, and went to high school in Maryland. We've been to Germany, we've been to Korea, we've been to Hawaii. So I'm just a military brat. He retired in Clarksville, Tennessee. That's where I moved from. So I'm down here. I've been here in Atlanta for 18 years. And so when my mom told me about growing up in New Jersey, one thing she said is I wasn't gonna get in no trouble being a female. So I left with my brother and my sister-in-law. So they're like parents to me. So they help raise me.
Okay. Yeah. That is really interesting. When you get to know entrepreneurs of faith people, knowing a little bit about their background, and even for me, it kind of helps understand like the cultures and the exposure. Mm-hmm. And I did not know that about you being in those different places. That is fantastic. So you say it was in Tennessee, from Tennessee to Atlanta. What was it that caused you to make that transition to come to Atlanta?
Well, I met the love of my life in Tennessee. He was just getting out of the military. So when I met him, he only had 2 more years left, so he retired out of the military. And then he wanted to pursue a better living for our children. Tennessee is a good place to retire, but it's not a good place for kids to endure and stuff that they want to do. So we decided to move to Atlanta, and Atlanta's upscale too as well, but he didn't want to live in the city of Atlanta. So we are in Beaufort, Georgia here. We've been here for about, about 18 years. But the community for my children is very good. The schools for my kids is very good. When I graduated from Tennessee State, I felt that it was something when I had children to move somewhere where I could upbraid them, and I think Atlanta has been really good for them.
When did you know you were going to go into hair care and that whole industry? When was that?
That's when I was about 12, maybe a little bit younger, because we used to always say in the kitchen tishing. So I was doing hair in college dorms. I was doing hair in the house when you wasn't supposed to be licensed to do hair. So, and then everybody said, you got this talent, so you need to go out there and use it. If you don't, my mom always say, if you don't use your talent, you're sitting on your talent, there's somebody out there that's gonna be better than you. So I had to challenge myself to come out there to better myself, but also remember my mom raised just me. My brother left the house when I was only 2. So it was just me. I was spoiled brat. It was just me. But my mom always instilled in us that, life don't owe you nothing. So in order for you to have things in life, you got to go out there and get your goals. So I decided to go to, it was Queen City Beauty College. Right now, they just closed down last year. So I graduated from Queen City Beauty College in Tennessee. So I got my degree there, and I did hair license then about 5 years after that, and then I went back to school to be an educator. So that was like 2 years, so I went back to school to be an educator, and then after I did that, it was a line for me to join my Soros, my Delta line sister. So I did my line, I did all that, and then after that, I moved and I came here.
Now, and I don't, you can help me understand, like, when you're in the industry and you're doing hair, most people, they go and they're like a part of somebody else's shop or something like that. I mean, how do you go to saying, I'm gonna own the shop?
Okay, so that is very tricky because when you're, and that's the thing when I say that I'm an educator. So when you're an educator, you are really, you're self-employed as well. So I did work with other salons, I did, but some salons that you work with don't always communicate with your schedule. They want you to go on their schedule. So I worked for a couple of salons for quite a while. But the thing was, it never was an agreement. Because now that I work for Wella, when I moved here to Atlanta, same thing. I was in a salon, like a 9-chair salon, and a lot of salons want you to be determined to be there 7 to 7 or 8 to 8. And I told myself, I said, you know, I have my own salon in Tennessee as well. So I took my brother's garage off. This is me being my entrepreneur self, okay? So I took my brother's garage off because they were just keeping junk in there. So I said, I'm about to use this for my salon. So we end up taking everything out of there, constructing it out, gutting it out, and I had my own salon. So it felt good to have my own salon in Tennessee. So when we moved here, my husband said, you're not going to be in the salon long. No, because you always did it for 10 years by yourself. I know how you are. So when I moved here, I did work in a salon. I did. But I still worked here as Wella. I still came here working in Wella. I started in Wella in Tennessee. So when I came here and started working here, the only thing was the problem is, again, the time. So I like to work on Mondays and Tuesdays to teach, but they wanted me in the salon 24/7 on Tuesday. So that could, you know, that back and forth stuff, and my husband's like, you need to find your own salon. So now I'm off of Average Bridge Road. I have a studio, and I've been there now for 17 years. Wow. Yeah, I've been there for 17 years. It'll be 17 years next year in June.
Okay. And what's the location of that studio again?
It's on Average Bridge Road. It's up in Duluth. Well, it's Johns Creek now, but it used to be called Duluth.
For some listeners who might want to stop by your shop, what's the address?
6250 Average Bridge Road, Suite 1100, Studio 1 in Johns Creek, Georgia.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic.
Hello! Do you have a business, but you're actually operating out of your home? Stop! Come to Macville Studios, where you can get a virtual or private office. Bring your clients. I mean, literally, you can have simply a place where you can get your mail. Call us at 678-615-2010. This is a place you need to be, whether virtual or a private office. Come now.
So now, not only did you get your own shop, I'm trying to think of what was it about you and your thinking to cause you to also have a hairline and begin to, you know, branch out and do other things. How did that come about?
How did I start it, or what made me start it?
Yes.
Okay. So the hairline, and I don't want to think about it as being that person to be like, okay, what are you talking about? So when I used to always tell my clients, there's a certain type of hair you want. There's a certain type of quality of hair. You want the best brand, you know, sew-ins, braids, extensions. You want a good quality. So my thing was, why take the business out to other people? Why go to other stores and buy when you could buy right here in-house? So my mom, again, I gotta tell you, she's the lady that she is and the lady that she was, as she looks down on me in heaven every day. She always tells me, if you're not doing it, again, somebody's out there doing it. So if you're thinking it, you better do it. So my clients used to always go and get hair from other stores, and I'm always complaining about it. So I said, you know what, let me just go ahead and make my own hairline. So I had to do a lot. It took me almost a year to do this hairline, because you got to order samples. You got to make sure it's the right quality. You got to make sure it colors right. You got to make sure it cuts right, because a lot of extensions don't do that. So when I came out with my own extension line, and I only had my own extension line for almost 6 years, so I haven't had it long, and I wanted great quality. So my vendor is outside of California. So I get my hair from California, and I just wanted the best. It's expensive, but I like the best, and I like for my clients to have the best if I'm doing the best. And the reason why I did my own hair care line is because I'm natural. I'm 100% natural. It's hard for natural females, males, anybody to find a good hair care line that represents your hair. It's either the shampoo's good, or the leave-in's good, or the oil's good, or this good, or I get 2 from this product but 3 from there. And so I didn't want everybody to have a hoarder type of, clutter inside their bathroom. So when my mom, again, was living, she said, you need to make your own line. You need to make it and put your passion to it, put your hard work into it, and always remember to put God first. Always remember to put God first and pray about it in everything you do. So I prayed about it, and the year that before my mom passed, we had this long conversation, and she was like, Keisha, she said, are you still thinking about that hair care line? And I'm like, well, I got the extension line, Mom, I'm working on now. She said, babe, let me tell you something. You put all your nuts in one basket, it's going to work out. So I just gave it to faith. I said, I'm going to throw it up, God, I'm going to give it to you. And I end up doing my own hair care line. It'll be 7 years on her anniversary. So I started a year, I worked on a year, and then once COVID came is when I really put it out there, and really, because COVID, what was we doing COVID time? We wasn't doing nothing. We ain't had nothing to do, so I had plenty to do on COVID time. So, and it's named after her, because when we was growing up, all the kids in the neighborhood used to call her Sassy. So it's called Sassy Hair Extensions Professionals. So, so that's named after her as well. So that's what made me really launch it. And when she passed, I just said I had to do it because it was something that me and her talked about.
It came into my mind. I'm going to ask this question. I don't know how it's going to come across. Mm-hmm. Hopefully the audience will understand. When we talk about hair, I don't. there's a lot I don't know. Uh-huh. But I wanted to see if I could have a better understanding from you the difference in natural versus not natural. What a few times you've said natural, natural. Mm-hmm.
I graduate to natural hair because, again, that's for no chemicals. You know, you can have color, but most like growing up, we say natural hair is salt and pepper. But natural hair, everybody has a different texture of hair. So, like I said, the shampoo needs to have moisture. Our hair don't have moisture because more natural hair is not like relaxed hair. Relaxed hair, you go get it done like every week, every 2 weeks, and you have relaxed and your hair is relaxed. So it has a lot of that natural oils in it. Natural hair don't have a lot of natural oils in it. And then back in the day, they was telling us in jobs, you can't wear your hair being natural because it's not professional. It's not this, it's not that. I love natural hair. So I've been natural now almost about 15 years. I've been natural.
Is it healthier for the hair or is
Well, no.
Is there,
it's not natural. No, it doesn't matter because natural hair, you still got to take care of it. You still got to take care of natural hair. Just because being natural means that it's natural don't mean you can't go to salon. You still got to go to salon. That means you don't got to get treatment. Yes, you still got to get treatments. It's just it's more techniques to being natural versus if you get relaxed hair and you in the shop, you shampoo, you conditioner, and you blow dry and you going on with curls. More or less with natural hair, either we're doing nowadays the locks, or we're doing 2-strand twists, or we're doing braids as I have myself, or we're just doing blow dries. We know blow dries and curls. But people like to get it to be straight like a relaxer because back in the day, there was a movie came out. I don't want to say the movie, but a movie came out, and he was telling everybody that natural hair with relaxers, you need to be natural because relaxers tear your hair out and the chemical stuff. So that's what it came out. That's what it came out. So, but natural hair, I do my clientele is about 75% natural. I try to get people to transfer to natural hair when we hit a milestone between 45 and 50 because now women's going through that plateau of menopause and stuff, that could take your hair out. Medication, that could take your hair out. Your different eating techniques, that could take your hair out. Your exercise and stuff, that could take your hair out. So people don't understand, salt in your hair and not shampooing it will take your hair out. So being natural is a lot more maintenance, but it is a lot more healthier if you have the right person to taking care of it. Mm-hmm.
Good.
You want to make a difference with the idea, gifts, skills, and talents you have been given by God. But your entrepreneurial journey has been challenging and often frustrating. We invite you to be a part of the Entrepreneurs of Faith community at McPhail Studios. Contact us today and discuss how you can be supported to make the difference you were made to make. EntrepreneursOfFaith.com.
Now, I think I remember, and I'll ask you about this to share a little bit. Not only have you been entrepreneurial in doing the different things that you've explained, I think you also have a nonprofit. You give back in that kind of. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I sure will. My profit is called Little Girls Locks, and the profit is for the shelters where we go. I have a shelter here, and I can name the shelter because they're real known. It's called the Hope House, and the Hope House is where a lot of battered women go, women that don't have anywhere to stay, or they just been evicted from the house. Since COVID, we have a lot of children that's with their families right now, a lot of kids that still need to go to school, but my profit is getting stuff for the girls and guys too, because there's a lot of guys that have, like I said, locks, or they have the braids or something like that, and they don't know the concept of taking care of their hair. So what I do is all year round, I tell my family in Clarksville, my husband's from Alabama, so I tell his family, a lot of them get together, they know I do it every time before the kids go back to school. So I like to get everything done like between June and July, hair care products, combs, brushes, shampoos, conditioners, stuff like that, so I can make baskets for them and take them to them before school start. I go every third Sunday of every month to go and cut the kids' hair, whether it's trimming it, all I do is trim. So I don't have a basin to shampoo the hair, so they allow me to come in there. I take a water bottle and I trim their hair, or I cut the guy's hair to make one little fade. It's not like I'm fading or doing anything spectacular. If I do partner with a guy named Jonathan, and he'll go with me to do if they want more maintenance than I can do. So that is something I do, and also do Toys for Tots also, because they have a lot of kids there that's babies that don't understand the predicament that they're in. They don't understand that they're homeless. They don't understand that they can't eat tonight. They don't understand that they're children. So I get baskets that I'm doing right now at this time. Me and my girlfriends, and I have a lot of friends that come out of network that just helps me. They know that I do this, and we do gift bags, and we go to the Hope House, and they have a tree, and we just put all on the tree, and we don't never say who it's from, because we don't want to never say it's favoritism or stuff like that. So we always put just from a special person, and then they do stuff like that, you know. Then we have. We're going, since Chris is on a Monday this time, we're going on Saturday to feed the family. So my family and all my friends' family, we go on there and we tell them all to make a certain dish, and we feed them on Christmas Day, because that's the love that we get back. And also I have 2 nursing homes that me and my clients, we had ever since for about 5 years now. I think it's going on 5 years that we did it, where families in nursing homes don't have family to come and take care of them. So what do? We get to one of my clients' house. This year was at my house, and we just say, hey, you get all lotions, I get all handbags, we get all socks, we get blankets, because them people don't have stuff in there. And so when we get all of them, we get them bags together, we put them on our cart, and we take them to the nursing home, and we have a Christmas party for them.
Now, what, I guess it's your faith. What is it that when you could really just focus on yourself and continue to, you know, serve through your business, what is it that makes you not only want to, but actually give back in the ways through your nonprofits?
I like to give back because of the fact I never would think that if I was in that predicament, I would want somebody to help me. You know, as we always say, I get up every morning, I thank God for seeing another day. Just like my family in Clarksville, Tennessee, they had a big hurricane last week, and it tore a lot of the homes up, and a lot of the people is in schools surviving. So I always say, you know, don't never take your blessings away from what God has given you, because I could be in that predicament. You know, my children could be in that predicament. I could lose my house. You have it today, be gone tomorrow. So I always never take things for granted. You know, I never take things for granted.
Good. Well, I'm sure that there are some in the audience that would be hearing this, and they would want to help. They want to maybe contact you and follow up. They may have some questions for you, something like that. So I don't know if you have separate contacts, but what is the best way to contact you, to follow up with you?
I have a LinkedIn tree, and it's LinkedIn tree / Keisha Murdock. Also, you can find me on Facebook as Stand Ovations Phase 2, and also the Right Choice Hair Collection. And then also on, I have an Instagram, Stand Ovations Phase 2, and also the Right Choice Hair Collection. And also you can email me as Keisha Hair Passion 081374@gmail.com as well.
Okay, excellent, excellent. If I understand, does the link tree have all those?
All of them. If you type in the link tree / Keisha Murdock, everything pops up on there. Mm-hmm.
We'll try to see if we can provide that for our audience today, who would want to definitely follow up with you. Now, your experience, and again, as an entrepreneur of faith, as we spotlight you, I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to share whatever wisdom that you might have with those who could be listening today. So is there anything that you can think that you really want the audience to hear from you?
Yes. If there is anything in life that you have that you want to, any time of your time that you're thinking about to start, don't just say, I can't do it. Can't is not should be in your vocabulary. It's all that I am going to do it, and also having positive people in your background, having positive people in your life, having positive people in your circle. I always say what you carry is what you're going to give. What you present is what you're going to serve. So if you have positivity in your family, positivity in your friends, positivity in your workplace, 'cause I work by myself. So I have a lot of older clientele. So I have a lot of knowledge sitting in my chair. I have a lot of wisdom sitting in my chair. So I learn from a lot of older. Everybody always say you're an old soul. So and nobody can never believe that I'm 49 years old. Everybody thinks I'm a little bit younger, but I have just an old soul. Or when they see me, they're like, "You about to be 50 next year?" Yeah, I'm about to be 50 next year. So my thing is always listen to older people, because of the fact they've been here. They've been here. So I have a lot of knowledge from a lot of my older clientele, and I have a lot of knowledge from my older, family, siblings, and stuff like that. I don't have any parents. My mom, my biological, and my step parents is gone. So the only person we have in our life is my husband's dad. Now he tells us that he reads that Bible. So I have a lot of knowledge from him, and that's how I learn things just from your elderly population.
You have. I'm gonna wrap here soon, but you have mentioned, and I want to give you an opportunity, who I would think has been probably your greatest inspiration, being your mom. Is there something you'd like to just tell us about your mom, say about your mom?
Well, my mom, as I said, she was a single mom. My mom worked 2 jobs. She worked at night as a nurse, and she worked during the day going to people's home. I guess they call it nowadays caregiver. My mom never seen me, I never seen my mom struggle. I never seen my mom struggle because she never let us see her struggle, but she made sure we ate. She made sure we had clothes on our back. She made sure we got to school on time, made sure we was clean, made sure everything was good for us. And then when my brother went to the military, my mom still made sure I was able to be taken care of. Like I said, my brother was a second, parent in my life, but my mom made sure things happened. So, and I miss her every day because now she's seeing my son as he goes through his cancer. Still, I'm not afraid to say that because, my son has really taken a journey. So I think she's been with him, that her spirit is always in my house. So I know that it's a journey that I always have her still looking down on us, so that's all I can say about her, because I'm the woman I am today because of my mom.
Excellent. Shout out to moms. Look, this has been another great Entrepreneurs of Faith Spotlight. And I want to make sure that as you're listening and you're seeing this, that you recognize that spotlight can be on you. So look, remember this. When you are made by the Master, be the masterpiece that you were made to be today and forever. Until next time, peace.